And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in the Farthest Frontier in our third stream, at the beginning of the fourth part. Um, and if you leave the game paused and idle long enough, the music stops. So, as Twitch says, yay, audio. So we got some audio going again for Twitch. And another villager has died of old age. It does appear the villagers make it to around about 75, 76 before dying at the moment. I don't know how much of that is coming from our healthcare system not necessarily being the best. We've only got a healer's house at the moment. Which probably will be something we upgrade after we get the Townsend upgrade to the last level. Because from an upgrade standpoint, competing in brutes. Our final upgrade. Final Town Center upgrade. Merchant has arrived. You buy the hides that I've just got conveniently sitting there, so we'll sell you the hides. I can sell you hide coats and stuff, so there's definitely stuff I can buy, or stuff I can sell to you. The only thing I think I'm going to buy from you is the Tome of Knowledge. Yeah, the only thing I'm going to buy from you is the Tome of Knowledge. But we can take all his money from him, buy the Tome of Knowledge, take some more money from him is what we're going to do. Okay, so we're going to sell 31 coats, or up to 31 coats. I'm going to sell him 6 shoes. We're going to put on possible vending up to 85 soap and 112 planks. Might actually sell the planks before the soap, because it looks like the soap is a bad price for the soap. Somewhere in there we'll probably have enough money to buy the Point of Knowledge, which would be nice. I'll also get a Point of Knowledge basically a year and a half early. Okay, there's our boots. Sell the boots. Which on the per item basis is pretty good. We'll sell the planks. And that's enough to buy the tome. So we'll buy the tome. 1 point of knowledge. I suppose one thing I could grab right now is I could grab the merchant sell prices reduced by 10%. But I will... Actually, that's very thematic. We just bought a point of knowledge from the merchants. We'll spend that on make the merchant stuff cheaper. Is that the best choice in that situation? Maybe not. But it's thematic. Sometimes I go... Themes are sometimes nice to stick to. Okay, so we got the soap going. I think the soap will be enough to pick off the rest of his change. If not, we can try to transfer some more stuff into the stockpile to take more money off of him. Oh, there's a building on fire. And it spread to a second building, but it's in the middle of town, so it won't be an issue. Yep. Second merchant has arrived. You will buy pots. You sell iron. I do actually need iron. And or hardworks. And or both. So... Shipping candles. So 38 candles. And 95 pots. To the trader, please. Oh, we got him down to 11. It's not worth shipping more stuff just to sell to him. He sells those at 15. You buy them at 11. Okay, so we don't want to be buying pots from him to sell to her. So we're pretty much done trading with him, because there's nothing I want to buy off of him. I could sell him stuff, like he'd take more planks, for example. But no. Well, he'd take more planks if he had money to give us. Waiting for our pots to be delivered and our candles to be delivered so that we can trade to her. I can actually... Let's buy iron while we're waiting. Buy and transfer. I think we just bought all of the iron. May have bought all the iron. Yeah, I think I bought all the iron that she's selling. Yeah, because it should have popped up. Oh, it would have still been down here. Yeah, we must have bought all the iron. All the iron she was selling, we bought. A little bit tempted to grab halberds or heavy armor, but actually, I don't need to stockpile more money. So let's actually buy those halberds. That'll encourage our people to not craft replacements right away. And when I can afford one heavy tool, which we'll do the same, we'll buy one heavy tool. That'll delay the replacement on those. And to be fair, the halberds are going to the infantry, right? So, the armorer, if the armor has the iron, is making the halberds so we have them for infantry. So buying the halberds is effectively not meaning we're not eating all the iron as quickly. Because the iron's kind of in this awkward situation of iron gets made, iron goes out to various applications. We do, in theory, have a rat catcher down here specifically for this area. That's not the rat catcher. That's the one for this area. So the fact that there's rats there is fine. The rat catcher is probably en route to deal with the problem. You know, this is the level of desirability in here. I may want to put some more desirability buildings down here to boost the bottom. Same with the right side. Top and left are going to get improved as we improve things like the theater and the temple and the healing house. And then there are other amenities for us to build in Tier 4. The library, for one. Assumes paper improving efficiency. Oh, the monuments. Okay, so mainly the library. So we got the library that can come in. We can build the pub at some point. And of course, one of the things that people are not happy about is the fact that I have not granted them the ability to get drunk yet. There is no beer in this village yet. It's a dry village. One thing I will do is I think we're at an appropriate point to say let's raise the population limit. As you bring up here, high population settlements significantly increase system requirements and are particularly taxing on the CPU. Playing with a very high population can result in reduced frame rates. This defaults to 500. I'm gonna try to boost this. Oh, it goes up 500 at a time. I was going to be a lot more minimal. Like, yeah, we'll go up another 25. Okay, we'll leave it where it is. Not quite ready for the population to be growing that explosively. I'm happy with 500-ish people. I'm thinking we may have space for like 600 in here when we're done, but anyway, we got enough people here. Over 9,000. We could put that number real high, and my CPU would not appreciate it. To be fair, there's maybe some arguments the computer is currently not appreciating it right now. OBS is saying that we're 5.5 minutes into the video, and for YouTube, And my timer is telling me we're up at 10. So YouTube, when they're watching this, will be able to tell sort of the difference between what OBS is saying, and OBS is presumably lagging as a side effect. It'll record it fine, and it has recorded it fine, but there is, yes. Let's put the graphics up because we like the game being beautiful, and simulating more agents, and at the same time, maybe let's not try to murk the computer before we're ready. We'd like to finish the run. Which is mainly, we want to get up to Tier 3, Tier 5. I would like to get Tier 5 houses, which is getting furniture and glassware going. Furniture, glassware, some greater variety in food and spices, I think. Right now we're being locked to Tier 3 until we get the Town Hall upgrade. So we need that Town Hall upgrade. And we currently have the iron, so we're just down to the bricks. Need 7 more bricks. Wait, are my... No, we got some space, but we're not going to have much space for much longer if we keep going the way we are. So I'm going to have to build another storage for things like bricks. Crops lost to... Oh, it's the flax fields. Okay. I haven't protected those flax fields. They're just kind of out there. So if the deer wander a bit close, they'll eat the flax. That's fine. We're not too worried about the fiber being properly protected. Yeah, so here's an example of the disease, right? This disease is gonna burn off because it spawned last year. And obviously we're not growing flax this year, so it's gonna go away. 14% now, was up at 80% at peak. Although peak probably was second flax cycle last year. Pending blizzards. Everyone's gonna be running for cover soon. Running for the warmth of the houses. Well, if we can get one more load of bricks in, there we go. So we'll go from some very full storages to some very empty storages very soon here. This is what the town center looks like right now. This is the Tier 3 one. Tier 3 one's pretty nice looking as well, but we're going to get up to the final phase, which is the Tier 4 one. Those bricks being delivered. 74 more bricks to go. And the frost did roll in fast enough. We did lose some crops to rotting the fields, but it is what it is. Generate another bit of knowledge. Let's get the second to last point we need to get up to the stone battlements, so we can get the stone battlements next. And we probably do want to do the stone battlements, although it's sort of competing with... Where's Furniture. I think we have to buy the factory for furniture. Well, that's glassmaker, for example. So we're going to do glass preserves. Furniture's somewhere, I think, over here. Mines. So here's mines. I don't necessarily know where the furniture is. Maybe I have furniture unlocked. Or it's gated behind tier 4. It might be gated behind tier 4. Let's check. Resources. So there's the glassmaker, there's the brewer. So glassmakers gated between 4. The deep mines are the only ones in 4 in the resource. Well, so where's the furniture maker? I must have the furniture maker. Well, there's the furniture maker. Yeah, I have access to the furniture maker. So we'll have to get that going fairly soon, so we can get some furniture distributed. If anything, that is an argument to upgrade the saw pit. Upgrade the saw pit so we get more planks coming in so we can turn it into furniture. And the tier 4 town center. That's what it looks like. We can spin around it so you can see what it looks like from all the angles. Oh, and that was nice enough to grant us another knowledge point. So we'll take our stone walls. As Twitch chat says, pretty fancy. So yeah, now to upgrade the next level house, all we're missing is the furniture and the glass. I can probably get the furniture maker going right now, if we've got an appropriate space for it. Too steep over there. That would work. We'll plop it there and we'll put a cobblestone path in. And I suppose before we do the glassmaker, I do need to get some sand. So we need to set a sand pit up for that. And then we'll save up for the sawmill upgrade, which is 68 bricks. Before I forget, have I moved the thing? The answer is probably no. Yeah, so I remembered just in time to hopefully not eat too many more crops. Ideally, I should do this in the winter and not in spring. Honestly, our fields are fertilized enough I could just sort of move it off into the green off the fields. It would probably be fine as well, because our fields are perfect fertility at this point. New merchant has arrived. There's some stuff I can sell to him. Could buy the knowledge point off of him as well. Okay, so let's sell some stuff and buy some stuff. So we're going to sell you 12 of these, which isn't going to be worth very much. And 14 of these. We got a lot of things involving planks, so we're not going to sell many planks. Once I've got this sold, I'll probably drag some money in so we can buy the point of knowledge. That's the big money one there. Well, the other one is bricks. I could buy more bricks off of him. So good price for that. Bit of mediocre price for that, but we get both of those sold. Okay, if I want to buy the knowledge, that's 645. And honestly, I'm probably fine with the town storage going down to like that amount. So we can buy a bunch of bricks and a bunch of... and the knowledge point. Okay, the money has arrived, so we buy the knowledge point. And then I'm going to turn the rest of this into brick. So 105 bricks. And then that knowledge point is going to go into... Oh, we've picked up some of that ones already. Okay. I now, in theory, can have access to the deep mines, which is tempting. Don't think we're that desperate for deep mines yet. Oh, I need the glassmaker. That's what I need. That's why I bought it. So now we can build our glassmaker, or be contemplating building our glassmaker. That's the quarry. That's not the glassmaker. Or the glassmaker. Of course, no one wants to live near the glassmaker. And the glassmaker's big. Reasonably big. Too steep, but otherwise you fit there. So I can just do a little bit of leveling and that'll be fine. And in theory I got enough bricks I can happily... Oh, we're short iron. So I need some iron for that. We're going to leave this fairly minimal. We're going to leave this at 2 until we get the sawmill upgraded. Well, the saw pit upgraded to the sawmill. Once the saw pit is a sawmill, we'll go ahead and crank up the production of the furniture maker, so we can be making furniture for locals and export. Merchant number 2 has arrived. I could sell iron ore. I'm not going to. We have a little bit of a smelting issue where we're waiting for the smelter to do stuff. But until I have an infinite iron mine, I don't want to deplete our... Honestly, don't want to deplete our stockpile of honestly limited resources, right? Iron's not very limited because we've got iron, but like we don't want to run out. And it's the thing we improve the ore into is the thing that's actually the limiting factor right now. A lot of stuff, so. Lost animals. I think it's the flax again. Yeah. That's easy potential fix. I just gotta run a fence across. And there's a hunter here, and the hunter usually keeps them off of that one. So every once in a while they sneak in and nibble while the hunter is not busy. Not there. Yeah, so iron is the limiting factor here. I could transfer some gold over and buy iron. Let's actually do that. That'll score me 50 iron. Which will be enough to get the sawmill upgraded. And probably upgrade the wells. I transferred the iron and they've already nicked it already. Okay, there we go. So that's going to make the planks be produced faster and allow us to assign more people to making the planks without having to build another saw pit. Well, I guess they're allowed to keep working there while the building's being upgraded. Which is reasonably nice. Of course, drought gets some of our crops, but that's probably fine. We're not too dependent on crops actually coming in every year from the fields, I think. Although, maybe I'm wrong. That's a reasonably small amount of wheat. Although we're expected to get 800 something in even with the drought. There we go. 8 people working on sawmill, and we'll go ahead and get the furniture maker to sort of emulate that as well to produce a lot more planks. A lot more furniture. And then I think we've completed that leveling. So we should be able to get the glass maker in that hole. Yeah. It was one of the few remaining paved or dirt roads that I just upgraded there. Okay, so you're going to eat all the bricks until we've delivered enough bricks to you. But there we'll have the glassmaker site, and glass plus furniture plus 3 types of food allows the large houses to upgrade the next tier. And introduces more demand for bricks. But at least in this neighborhood, we've got the desirability up in the middle enough we can go in and upgrade the next tier, meeting the luxury requirements. We'll want to build you, but you're more bricks. Your upgrade. We want to do this upgrade. This actually is probably the most feasible of upgrades. This is just planks and gold and stone. That's more bricks. So yeah, upgrade those 3. That'll help a lot with, I think, the desirability in the middle. And that'll probably be what we need to get the desirability up to mansion level, which is 5. What's the fertility down here? Actually decent fertility down here. We might do like just wheat down there, some large wheat fields. That way I have the wheat to support beer. Because at some point we're going to want beer. Up to almost 400 to fit to work. This is because obviously we've been sitting at the pop cap for a while. If you're growing at maximum speed, you sit like half your population's fit to work. But if you stagnate your population like we have done for a while, then your fit to work will go up within a higher worker to not worker ratio. Let's start getting these upgraded. What about the iron on hand? A little worrisome that I don't have the heavy tool for that. Slight happiness miles from food, and obviously 53% of the city wants beer, and we aren't supplying that, but... we're rolling into winter, so it's time to move the fields. Once we get preserved buildings, we'll be wanting more orchards. Probably like 2 more orchards. So I'm thinking more wheat, more orchards. And then it's just preserves and, what, I think it's the pastries. It's what we need for Tier 5. Let's, before we need them, I'm gonna go ahead and actually recruit us the 12 archers I'm thinking of. And of course, I haven't had the time to figure out how you do bridges. Right, so that's not how you make bridges. I know that's a feature in 1.0. I just don't know how to do it. Gazebo Plaza. Yeah, so we're heavy tool short. So we're kind of reliant on, not these guys. When these guys make another heavy tool that can go over there. They didn't make a heavy tool last year. Yeah, none were made last year, although one was used. So we may need to buy more heavy tools if a merchant comes in with those. There we go, another point in knowledge. I don't think I need to go up farther up the defense line yet. We haven't actually built any towers, so the tower upgrades are kind of moot. Not too worried about upgrading the fort. Go do the deep mines. We don't have the glassworker going yet, so canning's a little early. Cheese. I should do cheese. Get ourselves a cheese maker. Food production. Cheese maker. People don't mind living near the cheese maker, luckily. Needs bricks that we don't have. Well, that's fine-ish. Can work with that. You know, I'm still gonna put this over here. That's because obviously the cheese is getting made. Well, that's actually a good question. We get cheese made over there, or milk over there, milk over here. So where do I want to put it? Do I want to put it over there or over here? We'll put it over here. Squeeze it just inside the walls here. And they'll probably be picking up milk from these root cellars that are going to get dropped off by this barn. And milk. Milk goes off pretty quickly. Milk goes off in 3 months. Cheese lasts up to 3.5? 3 3/4. So yeah, if we can get the milk turned into cheese, that'll last a lot longer. Assuming it doesn't get eaten. But we'll lose less to spoilage that way is kind of the plan. And in theory, we got like 200 milk in storage, so it probably is being lost to spoilage. We do have a merchant here. Maybe not the best person to sell the herbs to, although we could sell herbs to them. Honey, yeah, definitely sell them some honey. And what can we buy from them before we... Well, we're going to go to the effort of transferring more honey there, but what can we buy? We can buy more willow, but we got a decent amount of willow. Don't need the weapons, don't need the tallow. Could buy medicine. Although eventually we'll have the capacity to build medicine. Make our own medicine. Okay, so... we'll just transport 200 there of you. That'll be another 800 of his money. And we'll transport 400 herbs. I may try to turn that basically into medicine. So we'll turn one type of medicine to a different type of medicine. Too much waste is our Possibly. Compost might be a bit full. We'll put, just in case it's one of these people, we'll put an extra one there. Sometimes see an extra issue there. And then we may need to look into improving the compost processing rate. You know, I'll transport some clothes as well. Oh, there's a house that's a large house that is already specified that it wants to go up. So we're just waiting on bricks. We're very brick limited right now. 100% of people have tools, 86% have an education. And sell. Then we're gonna buy all your medicine. Buy and transfer all the medicine. And then we're gonna sell you as many herbs to take all the money off of you. And obviously at that point it doesn't make sense to transfer more herbs here. No, so this is actually a good thing. We were transferring clothes to sell to Trader 1, even though Trader 1 doesn't have the money to buy them from us. But Trader 2 will buy them from us, so that works well. Okay, let's get 28 more candles delivered. And pots. Lots of pots. 147 pots. We can buy some knowledge off of this person. In fact, I've got enough money in storage right now. We can go ahead and just buy that point of knowledge. They do sell tools. Heavy tools, so we will probably buy some of those tools once enough stuff gets delivered. In the meantime, how do we spend that knowledge point? So I've got cheese. We could get the non-meat yield boost. Should be 15, or like 17% more food coming off of those. +1 occupancy at the compost yard. Maybe. Thinking that's the way to go. If I'm worried about having compost issues. And I'm a little bit worried about having some compost issues. That's probably what we're going to do. Oh, I was worried about the wells being empty. That's the fill rate on the wells. We will want to go to hospitals eventually, but we're not too worried about that right now. Okay. Yeah, let's pick up sheet composting. And it should get them processing the compost a little bit faster. In theory, it allows me to actually put a second person here, so we'll put a second person here. Okay, some of the pots have arrived, so let's just sell those pots. Pots sold. Exchange, we can buy 2 heavy tools, so buy and transfer the heavy tools. Which should allow the glassmaker to finish. Oh, that's the first merchant leaking. That's fine. Selling the candles and the pots. Unless I wanted to buy more heavy parts. You know, I will go ahead and just buy 2 more heavy parts. That'll be good. And the rest will transfer to storage. There's our glass maker. So with the glass maker going, we definitely want to just churn up glass and sand production. So we'll go up to 8 on sand and 8 on glass. And I think this is probably a good place to put a part break in. In the next one, we're going to be working through basically the backlog and bricks. We just need bricks, 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 and more bricks for a lot of stuff. Right, the large house upgrades are basically being blocked by brick needs. We got a cheese maker that's going to be good. That's blocked by brick needs. So we just need to stockpile up a bunch of bricks. Well, I say stockpile. We need to make and/or buy bricks. Merchant number 2, you happen to be bringing bricks? Oh, that just shows you how valuable preserves are. 6 to buy, 5 to sell. Although he's bringing a ton of preserves. Preserves is food. I was actually reading those the wrong way around. Thinking, preserves are expensive. Like, yeah, they're expensive because they're food and glass goes into them, but as an actual individual item, they're not that expensive. So cheese, we can't sell that because we haven't made it yet. Yeah, so we're probably not interacting much with this trader. Tribute to Fallen Kings is interesting. Not gonna splurge that much money. But yeah, so you're not bringing bricks. This is, I think, where we're gonna put the part break in. Approaching YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow. The next part will probably be the last part that is 40-ish minutes. If we do more parts after that, we'll probably jump to an hour break so we can try to finish up the game a little bit quicker. I think we'll probably only do 1 more stream if we continue. We do have raiders coming in, so the beginning of the next part will be a bit of combat. Though I don't see that necessarily being a problem. We got 24 soldiers, and we've held before. I am reminding myself that I have forgotten to upgrade the walls to stone, because that is something we could be doing, or could have done, which is a little bit of a nuts, but that's what we'll be working on, probably in response to the raid, after the raid's done. But if you're watching on YouTube, part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a quick stretch and try to make sure the ad break is out of the way, and probably make the tea disappear. And then we'll record the next part after that break. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.